Good morning and welcome to TMI Socials. Another day for you to stay up to date with the latest of happenings, especially on social media where it's all happening and all begins. My name is Anuoluwa Stevens, and you can call me your social media butterfly. Now, yesterday, hashtag Mommy of Lagos was trending. So tell you what, the controversial crossdresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, has been released from the Kirikiri Correctional Centre. So Bobrisky was released yesterday after spending 6 months for abusing the naira by spraying it at parties. In an interview after his release, Bobrisky said, "Follow the rules, abide with the law. Don't spray money unless you will be a landlord inside Kirikiri." He also added, or she also added, it's not just about killing or any criminal activity. Something like this can take you there. Well, you will actually recall that he was sentenced, or she was sentenced, to 6 months imprisonment on April 12th, 2024 for abusing the naira. Now let's listen to Bobrisky with what he said yesterday.
The laws, don't spray money, unless you come and be landlord in second. Stop spraying money, because trust me, it's not just about killing or any criminal activities. Or no, something like that is actually taking the
During this time.
I'm only focusing on like good energy right now. People are there for me, which are my friends. You see, every other person, I don't think I'm interested. So I don't talk about them. I'm only here.
Now, interestingly, yesterday after the release, he had a release party. Can you imagine that? Only in Nigeria, this kind of things get to happen. But anyway, let's see your thoughts and how you've been reacting to this story on social media. Lord Henry says this boy was never in the prison. They hid him somewhere. You can't be in a Nigerian prison for months and came out looking like this. They played us all. The truth of what really happened will come out one day. So you're saying Bobrisky looks too fresh to be in the prison. Well, Habibi of Abuja says this should serve him as a lesson and trial if he's caught in any form of his previous lifestyle that landed him in jail, or seen portraying any form of lifestyle or activities that contradicts the law. He should serve more terms in jail with extreme punishment and hard labor. He might have come with a new strategy to reinforce himself to do more than intend. Make them mount my eyes edge to edge, whatever that means. But one more reaction on this would be from King Sports International, and he said, "I hope she learns her lesson." I mean, him. Oh, well, away from that now, let's move over to the national scene, where yesterday we had the Chief of Defense Staff trending, talking about General Christopher Mustapha. It trended yesterday because he stated that individuals displaying the Russian flag in Nigeria are engaging in treasonous acts. Well, after an emergency security meeting with President Bola Tinubu at Aso, the general expressed his firm commitment that the law will ultimately hold those individuals accountable. The Department of State Services, DSS, says it has arrested some tailors suspected to be mass-producing the Russian flag in Kano State. And in a statement yesterday, the DSS said some of the sponsors have also been apprehended. Now, that's the picture and the face of the man. If we could go back to that picture, who was arrested yesterday, they said he was the one in charge of making the hashtag Russian flags here in Nigeria. Now, let's listen to Christopher Mustapha before we go over to your thoughts.
Offense, and it will be reviewed and treated as such. So nobody should allow himself to be used by any individual. Also, the issue of coups. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Nigeria is a democratic nation. All security agencies are here to defend democracy and ensure that democracy continues to strive. We will not accept anyone pushing or taking any action, seemingly or for whatever reason, to want to push for any change of government. Democracy is what we stand for. Democracy is what we continue to defend. For those of them flying flags, if you see a lot of them are kids being pushed to do that. We are following up with those ones that are sponsoring them, those that are pushing them, because the flags were also made. We identified those areas and we're going to take serious action against them. The president is clear on his instructions on for us not to accept anyone that wants to disrupt the peace and tranquility of Nigeria. And we are all standing here.
Now, you've heard it loud and clear. Let's move over to your thoughts on this. This user, Oye, says, well said, it's now up to the government to do the job they were voted to do. Another take would be from Phil. He says, they don't know what they are doing. How does Russia flag have to with the protest? This act is totally unacceptable and should be condemned. We all hope for change and fighting for our rights, and we should stick to it, not disintegrate our pride, whatever that means. Well, one more take would be from this particular user. He says, is that what Tinubu instructed you to tell Nigerians? All the message we want to hear from him is subsidy has been returned on petroleum, electricity, and education. And also to let you know that the Russian embassy here in Nigeria came out to say, we're not interested in all of the things going on. Please don't get us involved. Well, away from that now to the foreign scene, where yesterday, hashtag Bangladesh was trending because the Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, fled the country yesterday. A source close to the leader told AFP following more than a month of deadly anti-government protest. Well, Hasina, who has ruled since 2009, that's like over 15 years, had defied weeks of demands for her to stand down, but fled following a brutal day of unrest on Sunday, in which nearly 100 people died. She fled the country by helicopter. A source close to the leader actually told AFP shortly after protesters had stormed her palace in Dhaka. Let's have a feel of the protest in Bangladesh. Sure, apparently unrest is not just happening here in Nigeria. Also, regards the protest, not just here in Nigeria. We've seen the one in the UK and now in Bangladesh. Well, let's take your thoughts on the story. Alfred Africa says, such thing can't happen in Nigeria. One tribe goes sabotage. Which tribe? Come on now. I thought we were united. Well, this one says, dear Nigerians, this is how to hold a protest. Not the one you've been doing ever since. Another take would be from Priest Coco, says, protest everywhere. Jesus is coming soon, so give your life to Christ. But finally, a bishop says, this is how protest is done, not vandalizing government properties and looting people's shop. Foolish people everywhere. Well, let's hope we do better moving on in Nigeria. Well, away from that now, let me show you a viral video from Chris Uba, a prominent People's Democratic Party figure from Anambra State. He was seen in the UK assaulting an artisan who completed a job but wasn't paid. Take a look.
Do that again. You're fighting him, yeah? You're hitting a man. Why are you hitting him? Why are you hitting him?
Shut up, get out.
Do you see?
Get out,
Please?
you
You see?
Yeah,
He doesn't want to pay. He doesn't want to pay the money. We've done work for him.
Yes.
The whole house. Is that right, Suleiman?
Yes.
So he's trying to beat him. He's a hard man. Are you a hard man, yeah? Are you a tough man?
Yes, he beat me here.
Tough man? Excuse me, look at me. The police are going to see that now, yeah? You don't want to pay money, yeah? You don't, yes, Chris?
Okay, so in that 30 seconds video, it was saying that he didn't want to pay the money and all. But let's take a few reactions to this story. Anyway, this user says, after seeing this, just think back home about how they deny artisans and professionals their pay without being held accountable. Many people who are not even politicians do this. Another take from Lord Henry, he says, you're too small. He thinks he's in Nigeria where they oppress everyone. Let him go and ask Ike Ekweremadu how far he has done for good. One more take, one more thought from this. Let's have Daniel. He says, and this is how some Nigerians give the country a bad name. If a politician can assault a worker abroad without remorse, imagine how he treats his staff and employees here in Nigeria. I really hope Chris Uba is jailed abroad for his crimes. The authorities should make him, an example to all. Me trying to summarize it there. But anyway, finally, to wrap things up this morning on TMI Socials, here is a viral video that caught my attention between a man and a woman in traffic right there in Miami. Take a look.
Damn.
Nigerian street life in Miami. Let's take 2 reactions on this one. And that will be from this user. He says, this man, Gosabi, jump into conclusions. Laughing out loud. One more take would be from Iyala. He says, imagine the lady can't control her anger with a gun in her hand. Well, as always, Philip, I would say, interesting times we are. Not here in Nigeria, not only here in Nigeria, but also, in the world at large. So which of the story would you want to react to?
Oh, well, you can't box the people all the time. It gets to a point, it gets to a boiling point when the people will have to take the bull by the horn and get into actions. The infectious protests taking place across the globe is quite a pointer to the fact that the power belongs to the people.
Absolutely.
So they're just giving you a rent on that. So if you are leading, you should lead well. Otherwise, it gets to a point where the people will have to wrestle that power out of you. Well, we just believe that the policies of government will continue to hover well for the people, most especially when the policies seem to be obnoxious. It's only human and sensible, common sense for the government to go back to its drawing board and churn out policies that were obnoxious into policies that will be acceptable before the people, and not to use diversionary tricks to take the attention of the people away from what they're really faced with. I believe we could be patient a bit, but the trouble will come again if the problems remain unsolved. Well, from me, Philip Omo Gupon, it's goodbye. We'll see you on the next one.